Hello, I welcome you all to this special webinar on AWS. Today's topic is AWS Compliance and Governance. My name is Debashish Roy. I'm the Senior Network Analyst at the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. And today we'll discuss about, say, what are the compliance and governance, means what are the security strategies, what will be the rules in the AWS cloud that will be followed. Because, see, there are different features, right? Starting from the EC2 instance and the S3 bucket. Then you come across the features like the EBS and also the VPC. So there are many features. So definitely you have to follow some procedures, some structures, some rules, regulations should be there. So let's begin. So today we'll discuss about how to ensure compliance and governance in AWS and what about the best practice and strategies for this. Now, in today's digital landscape, now compliance and governance is very crucial and also for the AWS cloud for various organizations. Now, we'll explore here the best practices and strategies to ensure adherence to regulatory standards while maintaining operational efficiency. Now, if you have to maintain security and data integrity in the cloud, definitely you have to follow some practices, some security guidelines, some procedures. Otherwise, definitely your cloud will be prone to the outside attack. So, to understand these principles, it is essential for protecting data and managing risk effectively. So, you have to protect your cloud from the outside attack of the hackers. So, for that reason, definitely you have to adopt a proactive security approach. Now, AWS provides a robust compliance framework uh, that includes various certifications and standards. So, you have to familiarize yourself with these frameworks such as ISO standard, PCI, DSS, and HIPAA. And it is very vital for aligning your cloud practices with legal and regulatory requirements. So, if you're actually migrating some data to the cloud, definitely you have to follow some procedures of legal aspect. So, you have to actually discuss with the legal counterparts, and definitely you have to abide by the regulatory requirements. Implementing identity and access management, that is very important IAM roles that I've already told you earlier, because that is about the security principal objects. So what we do in the OS level, we actually implement the, say, the permissions, the access control list, like the NTFS permission we had, the share permissions. And here in the cloud we have this IAM roles, that is for the same reason, for ensuring the security of your resources. And effective identity and access management is a key to maintaining governance in AWS. Implementing the principle of least privilege, that is the most important part. Least privilege means that if you are having, say, a read access to any document in a cloud, and the another person is having the, say, the full control, or modify access means the greater control, so the least privilege will prevail, means the read access will be applicable. So this is very vital for your cloud, and it ensures that users and services have only the necessary permissions. So you cannot say that the permissions are always cumulative. They are not. So you have to follow the principle of the least privilege there, and reducing the risk of unauthorized access. That is a key to protect your document. That is why you are actually giving the least privilege option here. Then data encryption is very crucial to ensure data integrity and confidentiality in your cloud, because security is paramount to your cloud, as we know. Utilizing encryption both at rest and in transit is essential. So when you are actually kept the data in the cloud, that is not being transit, that is also there. Also, if you are migrating the data, that is a transit, there also you have to do the encryption. Now AWS offers various services like KMS and S3 encryption, key management service. Say you are going to encrypt the, so the S2 instance or EBS, and the S3 encryption to actually encrypt your S3 bucket. So that is also very vital to help secure sensitive information against unauthorized access or any hacking attempt. You have to conduct regular compliance audits also. It is not that you have only made the security arrangements, you have effectively actually deployed the KMS, or you have employed some security policy for the S3 bucket. But no, you have to make sure that regular audit is performed, regular compliance audit is there. Otherwise, you cannot keep track of the activities, like who have tried to log in. Maybe he's a hacker, maybe he's an attacker, or maybe it's an authorized person. So you have to log the success and failure both audits. And it is very crucial for identifying gaps in governance. Utilize AWS tools such as AWS Config and CloudTrail to monitor and assess the compliance continuously. So these monitoring tools are there for auditing, and you have to definitely use this tool continuously, ensuring adherence to policies and regulations. Now, there is another part, that is automation, that it has come with the advent of the cloud. Now, automation can significantly enhance compliance efforts because now you do not need to deploy many persons manually. Like there won't be 10, 15, 20 people who will actually monitor the security. That is not needed because everywhere there is automation now. Now, implementing tools like AWS Cloud Formation Template and AWS Config rules, these tools actually enables organizations to enforce compliance policies automatically, now reducing manual errors, because if you are doing it manually, it may be error prone, but if you are doing it automatically using the automation tools, definitely it will be less error prone, so it will be free of errors and improving efficiency. Then monitoring and logging also is important. Now, establishing robust monitoring and logging practices very vital for effective governance. Now, utilizing AWS service like CloudWatch, like what is used to monitor and log your cloud server for any incoming, say, health hazard. So for that, you have to implement the CloudWatch metrics and CloudTrail also to gain insights into operations. Now, ensuring quick detection of compliance violations. So if any violation is going to occur, is happening, you have to definitely pinpoint that and you have to log that. Then a well-defined incident response plan is essential for managing compliance breaches. So if some breach has happened, somebody has done some breach, or somebody has done something which was very against of these rules, so definitely you have to get an incident response plan that should be ready. Now, outline clear procedures for identifying, responding to, and recovering from incidents to minimize impact and ensure regulatory adherence. These are all very vital for your organization. You have to invest in employee training, that is also critical for fostering a culture of compliance. Now, regular training sessions on AWS governance, policies, and best practices definitely will empower employees to recognize and mitigate compliance risk effectively. Now, leveraging third party tools, like utilizing third party tools can enhance your compliance strategy. Tools like Cloud Health and Cloud Checker, definitely these tools can provide additional some insights and automation capabilities. Now, you have to use these tools to gather the health statistics and gather the informations there, helping organizations maintain compliance more effectively. Now, as technology evolves, so do compliance requirements. Also, AI and machine learning should be implemented with this. So, AI driven compliance regulatory changes will be crucial for organizations looking to maintain effective governance in AWS. So, ensuring compliance and governance is very, very important for your AWS infrastructure, and it requires a comprehensive approach. Now, you have to adopt best practices such as automating processes, conducting regular audits, and investing in training. So, you have to train your employees for the security policy maintenance. And organizations can effectively manage risk and maintain compliance in the cloud by following these best practices. So, this was about the discussion on the AWS compliance and governance. And we can go to the console. Actually, this is the AWS console, where you can search for the compliance here. And if you search for the compliance, you'll see this AWS system manager popping up. So this actually monitors the compliance data and remediate issues fleet-wide. So there are many things. So you can create a patch baseline. Let me click on that. So there is operation center, cloud watch dashboard, application manager, many things there. So here you can actually select your product, say which product you can actually have. So you can monitor that, the OS level, and then you can have the patch exceptions. Here you have to specify, say, what are the, say, probability of the patches. Like patch means that in OS level also we know that if some bug problem happens, that we release some patches. So here the patches will specify will be installed whether or not they match the filter rules. So definitely you have to release the patches, and definitely some approval rules are needed for this type of organizations, and you have to ensure that these are followed. Again, you have this operations management with this explorer. So you have to quickly view the operations data and take action against items. So this is related to the cloud data center, of course, in a big organizations, not in a small organizations where lot of operations are going on. So you can click on the get started, and there you have to set up the IAM roles for any instance, say, and you have to enable the explorer to record the event. Say some failure or some event is occurring, so record that event, you have to enable that. Now you have the operation center. So here you can view and immediate events and alerts. This is the most important part. So here also you have to make an IAM roles, and you have to enable the security operations center for this. And so it will monitor the cloud events, and it will gather the statistics, and it will display that. So you can see it is now open and in progress. So you have enabled that. So it is not showing right now anything, because it is not getting any such data like any failure of such thing or any warning. But if it gets anything like a security data center, cloud data centers, then definitely it will analyze that and it will report that to you. Then you have the application manager. So here you get the again the insights about the applications, with definitely some applications with this, with how to monitor the applications, how to track the compliance. So a lot of things, but I don't think everything is free. You may have to go for some paid account for that. But again, you can create the application. Cloud formation stack is there, so everything is related. So the cloud formation that we did, so that is related. Again, the custom application, you can build some custom applications. So AI, IoT, machine learning, all these things are combined there. So you have to create the application for the system manager, application manager. So again, you have this application config. Many things are there. Automation. See, I can go to the automation, and let me see what are the options available. See, you can actually execute the automation, create automation runbook like the playbook we create. So inside that playbook, you actually create some YML files or some files written in, say, JSON language or Python language there. So you can actually create the run book or playbook there. And here you can also, I think, connect with the Git. So there is many options there. AWS APIs. So there is Lambda, there is IAM rows, different types of, and also to the different types of instances compute. Then see the EBS, EC2. I was telling you this. All these options are there. So actually, you have to code it. You have to run a code for this, and automatically it will gather the statistics for that. So that is about the automation. So automation is everywhere now. Nobody is sitting on the cloud platform and giving the command. That is not the thing nowadays. Everything is being automated. So that thing you have to again follow. So there are a lot of options that we are actually seeing. So again you can click on the compliance, and you can again come back to the patch baseline that we were there. The session manager, even you can run some commands there. So everything is there. If you click on the session manager, you can securely access your Windows and Linux instances. So definitely configure instances actually to use the session manager, IAM policies, so logs, all these things you can configure from here. So you can click on each of the options and you can explore more, and you can configure these things for your cloud. So if you have migrated the data to the cloud, and say you are building a private cloud server anyway, so there you have to deploy more and more security, because if you are keeping the data secure in your private cloud servers, this is a public cloud, AWS, but anyway you can build your own private cloud also, and there also you have to deploy this security. Again, you have this maintenance windows as well, like you can do some troubleshooting, we can do some maintenance here also here. So there are a lot of options available in this AWS compliance and governance, and it is related to the overall monitoring, the health monitoring, and overall say regulatory compliances and log monitoring. All these things are included there. So definitely, this compliance and governance that we have been discussing today, it is an integral part of the AWS or any cloud. So if you have migrated data and you have made any say personal cloud server, private cloud server also, this regulatory compliance and security measures should be followed. Otherwise, you cannot log the data, you cannot track the data, and your cloud server may fail always. And it would be prone to the outside attack from the attackers or the hackers. So definitely security is paramount, that I always say to the cloud servers, and that you have seen today that these options actually keeping your cloud secure. So any organizations, any enterprise should embrace this actually techniques and tools to secure their cloud. So I think this webinar was definitely helpful for your studies today for the AWS Solution Architect certification or any other certification in this level. And I thank you all for joining this webinar once again. And I hope that it was very informative for you. I'll come with some new topic next time. Till then, take care and bye.